Good morning and welcome to the CARE podcast, where we talk sports, leadership, and the mental game of life. I'm your host, Coach Bob Herb. Today's quote is both simple and impactful. Use everything you've been given. These words come from Nikki Giovanni, one of America's most celebrated poets, authors, and activists. Giovanni spent decades inspiring people through her poetry, her teaching, and her speaking. She's published over 30 books, received countless honors, and was even nominated for a Grammy Award. What makes Giovanni's message so powerful is that she's lived it, using her voice, her experiences, her pain, her joy, and her platform to make a difference in the world. Her quote reminds us of something we often forget. We've all been given unique gifts, experiences, and opportunities. The question isn't whether we have enough, it's whether we're using what we have. So let's dig into what it means to truly use everything you've been given and how this mindset changes everything about how you approach sports and life. Let's start in the sports world, where using everything you have often separates good athletes from great ones. Think about a basketball player who's not the tallest, fastest, or strongest on the court. They could focus on what they lack, or they can use everything they have been given. Maybe they have great court vision, so they become the team's facilitator. Maybe they have incredible work ethic, so they become the player who outworks everyone in practice. Maybe they have natural leadership qualities, so they become the voice that holds the team accountable. Giovanni understood this principle deeply. She used her experiences growing up in the South, her education, her natural gift for language, and her passion for justice. She didn't wait for perfect conditions or more resources. She used what she had to create change. The same applies in athletics. You've been given a combination of physical abilities, mental capabilities, life experiences, and personal qualities that no one else has. The question is, are you using all of it or just obvious parts? Now, let's talk about the mental game, because this is where using everything becomes a competitive advantage. The people who excel understand they need to use their intelligence, their emotional awareness, their communication skills, their leadership potential, even their struggles and setbacks also. Your past failures, those are gifts that teach you resilience and empathy. Your unique background, that's a gift that gives you perspective others may lack. Your natural temperament, whether you're naturally calm or fiery, introverted or outgoing, that's a gift that can be channeled into your competitive edge. Giovanni faced discrimination, loss, and challenges through her life, but she used all those experiences as fuel for her art and activism. This is why some players thrive under pressure while others crumble. Some leaders can't handle tough meetings. The ones who thrive have learned to use their nervousness as focus, their fear, preparation, their anger as motivation. They don't just use their strengths, they use everything, including what others may see as weaknesses. In business, the leaders who make the biggest impact aren't always the ones with the most resources. They're the ones who use everything they have, their network, their experiences, their unique perspective, their failures as learning, their successes as platforms to lift others. Another example, the best parents use not just their love, but their own childhood experiences, their professional skills, even their mistakes to guide their kids. They understand that everything they've lived through has prepared them to be the parent their child needs. The beautiful thing about Giovanni's philosophy is that it shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you start recognizing the wealth of resources, experience, and abilities you already possess. So how do you actually use everything you've been given? First, take inventory of your complete toolkit. Most people only recognize their obvious strengths, but you've been given so much more. What life experiences shaped you? What struggles have made you stronger? What unique perspectives do you bring? What seemingly small talents could be developed? Second, look for connections between different aspects of who you are. Maybe your experience dealing with adversity makes you a better teammate. Maybe your analytical mind from academics helps you break down game film. Maybe your artistic side helps you visualize successful performances or meetings. Third, don't dismiss anything as irrelevant. Giovanni used her experiences as a grandmother in her poetry. She used her schooling to inform her activism. Everything you've been through, every skill you've developed, every relationship you've built, it's all part of your toolkit. And finally, be intentional about development. Just because you've been given something doesn't mean it's automatically optimized. Your natural leadership needs to be developed. Your athletic ability needs to be trained. Your emotional intelligence needs to be practiced. Here's your challenge this week. Do a complete inventory of everything you've been given. Make a list that goes beyond the obvious. Include your experiences, your struggles, your relationships, your education, your natural temperament, your cultural background, your failures, your successes, everything that makes you who you are. Then ask yourself, how can I better use these gifts? What aspects of myself am I underutilizing? What combinations of my abilities could create something powerful? Maybe you realize your experience overcoming injury gives you credibility when encouraging struggling teammates. Maybe your bilingual ability could help you connect with people from different backgrounds. Maybe your natural analytical mind could be paired with your competitive spirit to become a student and coach in your industry. Listeners, we want to hear about your inventory. What gift or experience have you been underutilizing that you're committed to using more fully? Share your discovery on X using hashtag CareAgentsAbundance. Let's celebrate the abundance we carry. Thanks for tuning in to the Care Podcast. Remember, you don't need more gifts. You need to use everything you've already been given. Don't forget, subscribe and tune in next time as we continue to explore the mental side of life. I'm Bob Herb. Keep using your gifts, keep growing, and keep recognizing the abundance already within you.